From Forex Traders Daily, this is your daily analysis with Ross Mullins, live from Richmond, Virginia.
Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for March 28th, 2016. In just a moment, we'll be taking a look at several different U.S. currency pairs as we look for today's trade opportunities. It is important for us to look at the news calendar before we begin today and recognize the fact that we are in the last hours of the long holiday weekend for much of Europe, and U.S. traders are just now starting to feel out the market and what could be expected from the week. That being said, I think we still need to be somewhat cautious with our entries today. Timing is going to be very important. First off, let's start here with the EURUSD, the euro versus the US dollar. We're looking on the daily chart, and for the past 3 days, we really haven't seen any significant movement out of the euro. I think it's important for us to jump all the way out here to the weekly chart first, because this is something we've been talking about in the live daily trade room. Previous downtrend, and for the past year or so, going all the way back to the beginning of 2015, we can see the market has been inside this range. The red box you see down here at the bottom right hand corner of the chart. Take it down to the daily, there's the top of the red box that you saw there near the 1400 level. Most importantly, in the past few weeks, we've seen a couple of challenges here into the mid to upper 113s towards the 114 level, finding resistance and beginning to fall. The last time, we saw a significant fall all the way down into the 10800s. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen now, but I think that's something that bears noting here for the euro dollar. Again, the past 3 or 4 days, we haven't seen a lot out of this currency pair as it's just been hovering right into the mid 111s. Let's go ahead and zoom it on down to the 4-hour time frame, and this really gives you a sense of what we're looking at right now. Take a look at this. A long time just sitting inside between 111.75 and 111.55. Just like Friday, today we'll be looking for the breakout, either above the green zone to go higher or below the green zone to go lower. That will give us our clue, at least for some intraday direction for the day today. Any push above 111.75, we could buy it towards the yellow zone, which is into the 112 level, or even the orange zone. Or any breakdown underneath 111.55, we could sell it and go down towards the 111 level, or 111 level. The purple shaded area down here into the 111 level will be the target on the way down. So a breakout of this green shaded area here on the 4-hour time frame, that means we need to wait. We need to wait for it to push above or below the green zone here before we take an opportunity on the euro dollar. Similar situation over here on the US franc, except for the fact that we're actually above the congestion, above the support zone, the yellow shaded area that you see here right around the 97.50 level. Let's just dive down to the 4-hour time frame. If you were here Thursday and Friday of last week, the last couple of trading days, you'll note that we were buying into the yellow shaded area. If you decide to hold those buys over the weekend, you've seen some profit as it continues to bounce off the 97.50 level. I think, of course, we want to be cautious with new buys, but I think status quo. I think you're still looking for buying opportunities in the 97.50, targeting back here towards the orange shaded area as your target. And of course, the risk in that scenario is that the market turns around, pushes back underneath 97.15 and starts to work its way back down towards the blue shaded area at the bottom of the chart. So for the day today, status quo, buying the yellow zone, targeting the orange zone, I think will be your main focus here for the US franc today. GBP USD, again, very similar situation to last Thursday and Friday. We continue to find resistance into the orange shaded area, 41.35 to 41.75. That's the orange shaded area that you see here on the chart. Just again, zoom it down to the 4-hour time frame. We saw opportunities last week to sell it here, made some decent profitable trades on the fall back down off of the orange zone. Still the same scenario today. 41.75 or so is your resistance high. We saw that the last time we challenged here, we fell off of it and went back down. The risk, of course, is that it breaks back above here and goes back up towards the green shaded area. So at least at this point, you're at a fairly minimal risk, high reward opportunity to go short into the 41.75 level, targeting back down to the lowest lows into the pink shaded area at the very bottom of the chart. Your risk, of course, is above here. If you see the market break above 41.75, of course, that could be an opportunity to look for further retracement of this previous downtrend back to the green shaded area and into the 4200s for the GBP USD. Similar situation on the US CAD. We're looking for the breakout. Let's just take it on down here to the 4-hour time frame. There's that green zone. I think most importantly is the fact that we're sitting above the black box that we've been studying here, between 32.25, 32.65. As long as it sits above 32.25, I think you want to focus your efforts on buying. I know it's been a long time since we've looked at buying this currency pair, but I do think that as long as it's above 32.25, that's the direction you want to focus your efforts on. Targeting back to the next resistance high, which is this orange shaded area up here. You'll want to look for that to be your target on the way back up here for the US CAD as resistance. The risk here, of course, is that it breaks down the support, breaks down 32.25 and goes lower. So that's where you'll place your stop losses if you decide to take a buy here on the CAD. Really, just looking for a breakout of this green zone to give us some directional purpose. US yen, similar situation. I think we need to look for the breakout of the orange shaded area. It may already have been happening here on the 4-hour time frame. Remember, we were buying last week from the green zone 112.40, made profit to the orange zone. I think we watch for 113.45 to be our support, our support for the day today, moving back up here towards 114. Remember, 114 is the top of our weekly range or daily range that we've been following here for the US yen. On the Aussie dollar and the New Zealand dollar, I think for this week, we're looking for sales on rallies to resistance. I think that's really the main focus here. We saw resistance high here. We saw a higher high, and now we're starting to see lower highs develop along this little short blue trend line. The resistance for that would be up towards 75.80, 7,600. So if it makes it back up here, I don't know if it will or not, but if it makes it back up there, that could be a clue to a possible opportunity to go short on a new fall, potentially reversal developing here for this pair. Minimal risk at that point means that if it breaks above there, you want to get out of it pretty quickly. Now, if you're on the other side and want to buy it in the direction of the longer term trend, then of course you're looking for that back here closer to the orange zone, into the 74.85 level for the Australian dollar. New Zealand dollar, we've been focused on selling this currency pair. If you're going to continue to do that, which I believe that's the direction I'll continue to focus on, I think we needed to go all the way back up here towards the 67.40, 67.65 level, the pink shaded area. It needs to go up before it goes down here on the New Zealand dollar 4-hour time frame. We see it bouncing on support here at the yellow shaded area. So again, closest possible, 67.40, I think, will become our opportunity to go short once again here for the New Zealand dollar this week.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.